Have you ever faced a challenge so daunting that it seemed like an impossible mountain to climb? This is the story of David and Goliath, one of the most well-known tales of faith, courage, and an unshakable belief in God's power. Picture this: the Valley of Elah, with two massive armies on either side. On one side are the Philistines, a fierce enemy. On the other, the Israelites, God's chosen people. But the Israelites tremble in fear, for every morning and evening for 40 days, a giant named Goliath, a warrior standing over 9 feet tall, clad in bronze armor and brimming with arrogance, steps forward to challenge Israel. Goliath taunts them, shouting, "Why do you come out and line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man and have him come down to me. If he is able to fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become ours." His words struck fear into the hearts of every Israelite soldier, including King Saul himself. No one dared accept the challenge, until a shepherd boy named David arrived, delivering food to his older brothers, who were soldiers in Saul's army. David was not a warrior. He was young, tending sheep in the fields. But he was no stranger to God's faithfulness. David had fended off lions and bears to protect his flock. His trust in God's might and care was unwavering. So when David heard Goliath's insults not just against Israel, but against the God of Israel, something burned within him. He said to Saul, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." Imagine the disbelief in the tent. Saul, looking at this boy with no armor and no training, doubted him. "You cannot fight him. You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior from his youth," Saul said. But David replied with a confidence that came from his trust in God's past deliverance. He shared the story of how, as a shepherd, he had killed a lion and a bear with God's help. "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine," David declared. In a surprising turn, Saul relented and allowed David to face Goliath. But Saul's armor didn't fit this young boy. David set it aside. Instead, he chose 5 smooth stones from a stream, placed them in his shepherd's bag, and with his sling in hand, approached Goliath. As David drew near, Goliath mocked him. "Am I a dog, that you come at me with sticks?" he roared. But David replied with words that would echo throughout history. "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands." The battlefield fell silent as David reached into his bag, pulled out a stone, and slung it. The rock flew through the air, striking Goliath square in the forehead. The giant staggered and fell face down to the ground. David had done the unthinkable. With just a stone and a sling, he defeated the mighty Goliath. This was not just a victory for Israel, but a powerful testament to what faith in God can accomplish. The story of David and Goliath reminds us that it is not our size, strength, or resources, but our faith in God that empowers us to overcome the impossible. What are the giants in your life that seem too big to conquer? Remember, with faith like David's, no obstacle is too great when you place your trust in God.